The message.
Under the lights, speaking of facts, double the price, yeah. Under the lights, we covering sports, whatever you like, yeah. Home runs in the park, touchdowns in the end zone. Knockouts in the ring, buzzer beater for the win, go hard or go home. Find out who you are when you under the lights. That pressure made a star, right there. Under the lights, you looking for the best, tune in to Under the Lights. Yeah, yeah, Under the Lights.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Welcome back to Under the Lights. We are your host. I'm Big Mike, and that's my guy, Jordan. What's up, boy?
What's good, baby? Talk to me. Let's get it.
Man, let's get it, man. It's been a minute, you know what I mean? Listen, we're going to jump right into it. I know it's been a minute since we've been on here. Yeah, y'all can blame me. You know what I mean? Nigga been getting busy. Nigga been working a lot. Hey, dog, I was doing some landscaping with my guy, bro. I'm going to tell you something right now. That shit ain't for no bitch-ass niggas, man. That shit ain't for the weak. Listen. We was dealing with them. We was slinging rock all day, nigga. Slinging rocks. You seen the video I sent you, nigga. Listen, the wheelbarrow, first of all, bro, you got to go to this yard. It's called a mulch and stone yard. They got a bunch of mulch. They got stone, different type of rocks and shit, whatever you need for your yard, whatever the case may be, right? And on top of that, dog, so you get the rocks and shit dumped in back of your pickup truck and shit. My guy got he got a Dodge Ram pickup truck. You got a whole bunch of rocks back there. Dude, we go to the crib. We got this fucking, you got this like this rake or whatever, like a metal rake. And you got to get all the rocks off of there and put it into a wheelbarrow. Not all at once, obviously, but as much as just fit in that wheelbarrow and wheel that bitch up to the yard, dump that shit out and go back and do it again, nigga. So you seen the video I sent you. You know what I'm saying? Imagine doing that. Nigga, he was supposed to, that was a big job for him. You know what I'm saying? He needed my help. And I said, shit, let's do it. Let's get it. He was about to do that shit by himself, nigga. By himself. He would have took 2-3 days to do that shit. But I'm telling you right now, that shit ain't for the week. So nigga been getting busy helping my guy out, man. So we ain't been on the show. Y'all could blame me for that. You know what I mean? So it's all good. But nigga had to make some shit shake. You feel me? But we back now. We about to talk to you sports. NBA playoffs, MVP, Pacers done shook up Madison Square Garden and all of that shit, you know what I mean? So, but before we get into that real quick, I just want to say something real quick, you know what I mean? For the people that don't know, you feel me? Listen, the brotherly shove, a.k.a. the tush push, is still alive. It is still alive in the NFL. Niggas tried to take us out. Niggas try to take us out, crying and complaining, writing proposals and all that old bullshit. But listen, it was a few teams, I want to give a shout out to. There was a few teams I want to give a shout out to that they did not. They were not against the tush push. And I'm going to state them teams right now. The Baltimore Ravens, respect. Respect, nigga. You feel me? Cleveland Browns, respect. The Detroit Lions, respect. The Jacksonville Jaguars, respect. Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, New Orleans Saints, New York Jets, and the Tennessee Titans. All respect to y'all organizations. All respect to y'all organizations. You feel what I'm saying? And listen, all the other teams, I just got to say their name. You know what I mean? The Green Bay fucking Packers, who we slapped up all year last year, started with week 1. You know what I mean? Beat that ass. The Buffalo Bills, the LA Rams, the Washington Bumanders, the Raiders, the Cardinals, the Broncos, the sorry-ass Colts, the Vikings, Bears, Panthers, Falcons, Seahawks, Giants, Chargers, Bengals, the fucking modern-day Buffalo Bills, who I call the 49ers because they had so many great teams. They keep getting there all the time. NFC Championship game, a Super Bowl, and don't fucking cross the goddamn threshold. The Bucks, the Steelers, the bitch-ass Cowboys, the weak-ass Kansas City Chiefs. We ran that motherfucker in the end zone on their ass in the fucking Super Bowl. And the Houston Texans. Fuck all y'all pussy-ass niggas trying to ban the brotherly shove, a.k.a. the tush push. Fuck all y'all, and we're going to see 10 of you bitches this season coming up. But once again, shout out. I'm talking about a humongous shout out to the Baltimore Ravens, the Browns, the Lions, the Jags, the Dolphins, the Pats, meaning the Patriots, the Saints, the New York Jets, and the Titans. Much respect to y'all. Y'all get 5 motherfucking salutes from me, my nigga. 5 of them, you feel me? So, and that's all I wanted to say about that. You know what I mean? It's a football season coming up. They keep trying to take shit from us, man. You know what I mean? They keep trying to take food off our motherfucking table. You feel? They don't want us to eat nothing. You know what I mean? But listen, they don't want us to eat nothing, but we gonna eat regardless. We gonna eat regardless. Just like I'm about to eat on this motherfucking peanut butter jelly sandwich right here because I'm starving. You feel what I'm saying? So look, we're going to go ahead and get started with this NBA shit, man. You know what I mean? I talked to Mel. He didn't, I didn't talk to him, right? I didn't talk to him, but he sent me a message that said, bruh, no excuses. We choked and got beat. That's what he said. And that's pertaining to the Indiana Pacers going into Madison Square Garden, mounting a great comeback to beat the Knicks in MSG 138-135 in OT. Listen, this game, I figured this series was going to go 7. I don't know I think you said 6 or 7 as well. But last night, you know what I mean? If you want to say they choked it away, all right, cool. It is what it is, you know what I mean? But then how the game went, just how that game went right there, in your mind, are the Knicks in trouble moving forward in this series? Do you think they in trouble? You want me to go? I'm going to say they in trouble. Here's why. Because first of all, let's start. The Pacers started off extremely hot. I think they hit their first 7 shots. I think they shot 74% in the first quarter, and they were still losing the game. You feel what I'm saying? Karl-Anthony Towns was aggressive. Jalen Brunson was doing his thing. Everybody else, they was doing okay. You know what I mean? They had the lead and went on a game of runs, and the Pacers didn't have the leads from basically the whole game, because the second quarter is the last time they actually had a lead. So I'm just going to fast forward to, towards the end of the game. We know the game was up and down. I can get into all of that. You know what I mean? These are 2 really good teams, like to get up and down. Indiana Pacers showed their physicality from the beginning when they pressed man from the tip. They pressed man coverage. Well, pressed man like it's football, right? Hey, stop. Here you go, man. Get your mind out the gutter. Get your mind out the gay gutter. We ain't doing that today. We're not doing that shit today, goddammit. Listen. But from the jump, all right, motherfucker, it was press, full man press, and I feel like that's what the Knicks should have been doing to slow down the Pacers. We know the Pacers like to get up and down fast, and if you allow the Pacers to play their game, they can and will beat you. But what do I say about Tom Thibodeau? He don't make them type of adjustments like that. You feel what I'm saying? But they're going to have trouble if they're going to allow, towards the end of the game to let them go on, what was that, a 17-4 run? You feel me? And when I talk about Tom Thibodeau, just like last series, it's like, okay, in moments like that, my nigga, you got, I know Halliburton hit the game time shot. You know what I'm saying? But I called this the Aaron Nesmith game. That's what I called it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end, the man they hit 6 threes. He hit 5 of them. And on those 5 threes he hit, they had Karl-Anthony Towns in drop coverage, and they wasn't switching everything. They was trying to get over the screen, wide open shots. Now, in that case, you got to switch everything, because if Aaron Nesmith is going to get the ball, he's not the guy that's going to break you down, step back, shoot the 3. That's not his game. But if you're going to give him room off a screen, he'll knock that shit down. You feel what I'm saying? So if Tom Thibodeau is going to continue to allow them to do that and stand there with his arms crossed like this, like Doc Rivers used to do in Philly, like I said before, yeah, they're going to have issues, because like I said, that's when you need to make adjustments. That's when coaching comes in at you. So if they're going to, I was talking, my bro Martell, he cut my son here today. He said this, he's like, the Pacers, you're going to have to beat the Pacers. You're going to have to beat them. They're not about to lay down. They're not about to do none of that. The Pacers are that team or that person at the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? And everybody done already ate. Everybody done already had, they done had water fights and everything else. You feel what I'm saying? But they're the guys. It's like shit. What y'all about to do? Yeah, y'all about to put out. You're like that's the pay. Like, you're going to have to put them out. You got to put them out. And they didn't put them out. Karl-Anthony Towns, aggressive. Jalen Brunson was aggressive. He had foul trouble, you know what I'm saying? And even with him on the bench having foul trouble, they went on a 12-0 run. They had to lead. They had this game in the bag, but they got sloppy towards the end. I don't know why they wasn't switching everything. And for 5 consecutive times, they let Aaron Nesmith come off of the screen and hit wide open threes. And he was cashing that motherfucker all net. It wasn't no bouncing up. It was all net. You know what I'm saying? So if they're going to continue to get sloppy and make no adjustments at the end of the game, yeah, they're going to be in trouble. Because they wouldn't got game 1 in MSG. Pacers going to go anywhere and do what they need to do. You feel what I'm saying? So if they're going to continue to do that, now listen, obviously, maybe Aaron Nesmith ain't going to hit 5 threes in a row next game. But guess what? What if it's Nembhard? What if it's him? What if it's Tyree Halliburton coming off the screen? What if it's Pascal Siakam doing that shit? What if it is? You know what I'm saying? And y'all keep doing the same shit. So if they're not going to make any adjustments, they're just going to let that shit continue to happen. Yes, they're going to be in trouble. The New York Knicks blew this game. They blew this game. You know, I don't want to disrespect the Pacers and say, Man, y'all got lucky. That's not what happened. The New York Knicks blew it. You gonna give the man that shit? After the first one, you should have said, hey, we switching that. It's less than 2 minutes. It's less than 2 minutes. And what is the history of the Pacers this season? Come back against the Bucks, 8 points in 33 seconds. Boom. And then again against, who was the second round? Who they played who they played in the second round? Shit. Who they played in the second round? God damn it. Damn, I just had a brain fart, bro.
You talking about the New York?
Cleveland. Remember that game in Cleveland? When Donovan Mitchell let Aaron Nesmith get in the lane off a free throw, get the dunk tip, and let Tyrese Halliburton get an all rebound for not boxing out, and they scored 8 points in 47 seconds. You feel what I'm saying? So the Pacers are always gonna be there. You know what I mean? That's what they doing. And Tyrese Halliburton has hit game-winning shots. So if you gonna just overlook them, not saying that they were, but I feel like they are. Because there was no adjustments being made at that point. After that first shot that Aaron Nesmith made, you should have been, hey, we got to switch this. And ain't a whole lot of time left. They don't have time to go 2 point. They trying to knock down threes. Knowing that, you got to switch that shit. You got Tom Thibodeau allowing Karl-Anthony Towns to get out there and drop coverage and shit. Ate that shit alive in the last couple minutes, and that's what it was. The Pacers didn't go away. They like I said, you're gonna have to put them out their misery. They've been down before, came back. You know what I'm saying? And once they get going, bro. You know what I mean? So if they're, like I said before, if they're not gonna make any changes, they're gonna continue to let the Pacers just run up the court. That's a no-no. You need to, whoever is getting the ball on the inbound, there needs to be a man up there so you can't push the pace, because that's what the Pacers like to do. So listen, I'm just going off of what I've seen from, the coach Tom Thibodeau and the non-adjustments that nigga hardly be making. You know what I mean? And I think they're in trouble. I'm just being 100, man. I think they're in trouble. So you can tell me if you think I'm wrong, but hey, let them do that shit again. Because even though he may not hit 5 in a row, Nesmith can. Miles Turner can hit some shit. They was on fire starting up the game and even throughout the game. You know what I mean? So, hey, they went on a 17-4 run towards the end of the game, if I'm not mistaken. And 15 of them points went to goddamn and at the end of regulation. And 50, because obviously it went to overtime, but the end of regulation, we talking about 15 points from Aaron Nesmith from 3. Hell, he turned you to Steph Curry real quick, didn't he? You know what I'm saying? So you gonna allow that? Yeah, they in trouble. Talk to me.
Yo, I mean, you said a lot of things there, which was obviously, kind of not nailed a lot of the stuff, to be honest with you. But we have to just kind of go to the end of the game. You know what I mean? I think that's where most people want to take things away. You take away from everything from that part, because that was a part which was obviously the most important part, and they fumbled the bag. They fumbled the bag. They fumbled the bag, and I think that's execution at the end of the game. Like, do we blame it on a Jalen Brunson? Do we blame it on a Tom Thibodeau? Do you blame because if this was a LeBron James led team, if this is a Steph Curry led team, if this is one of these superstar led teams, you're going to be like, you got to execute at the end of the game. And at the end of the game, New York was looking like they're in Boston out there at the end of the game. Like reverse roles. At the end of the game, niggas was looking like, it was tight in the ass, my nigga. Let's keep it on it.
Yeah.
Niggas was tight in the ass. You know what I mean? And this is not new from Indiana either, right? We have to be honest. They was doing that against Cleveland a bunch of times, right? The first 2 series, they're a team that never gave up. Sort of like, I don't want to say like the Warriors. Like Warriors, a team that they don't like lay down. You know what I'm saying? And Indiana was like that. Like, even though the game is 15 with like 3-4 minutes left.
Ain't going nowhere.
They ain't going nowhere.
You'll have to kill them. If you shot, God forbid, if you shot the Indiana Pacers 3, 4, 5 times, right, and they was on the ground, but they were still able to crawl, and they wasn't dead, they coming. They coming. They still coming. Keep going.
Yeah. So it was one of them ones, and he was coming off them ball screens, them off ball screens, and Naismith was hitting them shots, and then they was coming down doing that friggin' one-on-one Jalen Brunson's bullshit that, even though Jalen Brunson had a good game, I don't want to act like he didn't have a good game.
Right.
But like, remember what I told you, when you only play damn near 7 players, and this game Indiana is running up and down like they're playing 10 players.
Mm-hmm.
Good minutes too. Your legs will eventually, you're gonna start to hit them shots. It's about to come front rim. You know what I'm saying? Your legs ain't the same like when you was in the beginning of the game, the second quarter and all that. They're only playing 7 dudes, Big Mike. They're only playing 7 dudes. They're
Mm-hmm.
only playing 7 dudes. Those guys are playing 40 plus minutes, man. 40 plus minutes. And the Indiana team is playing 10 niggas, bro. And they also got some guys playing 40 minutes, but they also have guys that are playing, you have Obi Toppin, Thomas Bryant, TJ McConnell, Benedict Mathurin, and then you had the guy Ben Shepherd who was coming in, he was guarding Brunson at the end of the game, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a game where obviously, Indiana was, didn't give up and it was making shots at the end of the game. And I think that New York honestly fumbled the bag because they, maybe a bit more fatigue. Um, um, that's pretty much what I would take from it. That they kind of they choked the game. I mean, we can't sit here and act like they choked the game, bro. They choked the fucking game. Because there's no way in hell that you should be losing a game when you're up 16 points with 4 minutes left, bro.
Yeah.
Three minutes left. And I know the NBA is different now and all that, whatever it is, but you gotta execute, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta execute at the end of the game, how whatever that may be. And then also missing free throws at the end of the game. They missing free throws at the end of the game, which was key.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? If you gotta knock down free throws, you knock down free throws, you can, that's why I think people act like, free throws is important, like having like being a clutch free throw shooter is also important, especially the end of games. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they gotta knock down free throws. I think they also, Indiana got a lot of points off the bench as well. You know what I'm saying? Damn near 30 points off the bench. Which was key. I think certain players came key off the bench, like Obi Toppin was key off the bench. I think Thomas Bryant was key off the bench. Even though he only had 4 points, but like and he only played 13 minutes, but I thought Thomas Bryant had quality minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? DJ McConnell, I think he's a great backup point guard, bro. I
Mhm.
think he's a great backup point guard, nothing crazy. And then we have to give Tyrese Halliburton his credit. You got to give Naismith his credit. I think that's a team, like I told you from before, that's a team that all 5 of them niggas, it can be anybody at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes in different spots. No one's selfish out there. You know
Nope.
what I mean?
We got a team.
Yeah, they got a team and they got a championship coach. And, Rick Carlisle, I think is a quality coach as well. So I mean, listen, man, New York choked this, and I think, bro, Mitchell Robinson and Mitchell Robinson gave him 21 minutes. Miles McBride gave him 25 minutes, but Josh Hart, I thought I told you from before, if anyone's gonna be left open, you're gonna allow Josh Hart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna allow Josh Hart. I thought a big pivotal part of the game when Jalen Brunson was not in the game. If you remember when they went up by a lot and Jalen Brunson wasn't in the game.
They went on a 12-0 run.
So I have a question for you. Are you gonna keep Jalen Brunson on the bench?
Listen
when
to
you
me.
know that's happening. That's
Bro, I'm watching the game last night. I swear to God, I said, why is he coming back in? It's okay. It's okay to leave him on the bench. They went on a 12-0 run. I don't know. I mean, I can vividly remember, just if I'm just off the top of my dome, 26-15, I want to say 15, when it was the Cavs versus the Pacers. It was down 26 points. The Cavs was. LeBron and the bench led that comeback. Kyrie, JR, Kevin Love sitting on the bench, just clapping it up. Yeah, because it worked. Just because that's your star player, that don't mean that he has to be in the game when he got a 12-0 run. And I heard Reggie Miller and them talking about, this is the most rest he's had, and he should get more rest. We went up 12-0 run. You know what I'm saying? So I think for that moment, that's also a part of coaching too. You know what I'm saying? I think he should have stayed on the bench. And then if things got rocky, you know what I'm saying? All right, bring him back in. Bring him back in. You know what I'm saying? And not to cut you off, I know we talking about the Pacers playing 10 guys and the Knicks playing, 7 guys, right? I'm not blaming it on that, Jordan, because they were up. You know what I'm blaming it on? I don't want to put it all on Coach Tom Thibodeau because these are professional basketball players too. You ain't on the court saying, hey, we got to switch that shit. You ain't doing that? You ain't talking? Why not? Y'all professional basketball players. You ain't knowing that. And listen, and even if let's say fatigue played a factor, right? Guess what? That means you got to switch even more then. Because if you tired, it's going to be hard to get through them screens. Okay? So let's switch it. Make it a little easier on you. So I ain't blaming it on the 10 guys versus 7 guys. I'm blaming it on the execution, the lack of communication for the players and the coaching. You know what I'm saying? They had the game in the bag. You just fumbled the motherfucker. You hit a bump and boom, all the apples came up out the bag. You know what I mean? And you couldn't pick them up. You know what I'm saying? So this is that. I know that loss was demoralizing, especially how the game tying shot went in. Boom, went up and it came back down. That do something to your brain, bro. It do something. It's gonna do something to your brain. It's like watching a game tying touchdown for a 50-yard bomb, and it was, you know what I'm saying? You just let it go over your head, knowing the game is on the line. You know what I mean? So they fumbled that motherfucker, bro, and they better be worried for sure. They in trouble if they can't. They're not about to go to Gamebridge Fieldhouse, okay, and win 2 games. I don't see it happening. Like, so if they better win this game, they better win tomorrow night. Because if not, this shit is over with. It's over. Even if they split one, it's over, bro. It's over. It's over.
Really?
Yes, it's over. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, man. We shall see. We shall see. You know what I'm saying? Who you got winning this series? Like, and I know we haven't been on the show and we ain't really got a chance to talk about it like that. You know what I mean? But like, who do you like after, like right now? And listen, we can't base the whole series off one game, but just to you, who do you think will win the series?
If you're asking me, I'd probably take Indiana over New York.
Yeah.
I would have taken Indiana previously. I would have taken Indiana. I just think that it's too much. It's a lot of minutes, man, that these guys are playing. And the way Indiana plays, like I told you before, I just feel that you have 7, 8, 9 guys. They play such an unselfish brand of basketball. And I feel that, the way that New York plays, I feel that they're just going to, they give the ball to Brunson, near the end of the game, and usually in the, 1-on-1 ball, he's smaller. Eventually that's going to catch up to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just the brand of basketball, and you can just box in elbows. Even Draymond was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like with Ant, what like they do with Ant. If you just have a guy at the top of the key and just one-on-one basketball, eventually I feel like you can stop that. You know what I'm saying? You got too much help in areas. So I'll probably take Indiana into this. If they play in Indiana's way of the style,
it's over.
Yes.
You can't. That's like trying to get into a shootout with the Warriors in their prime.
Yeah,
you're not about to do that. You know what I mean? And this is another thing. My game plan, because what did I say before? The Pacers ain't out here just going through the motions. All right, here comes the screen. Here, go ahead. They're not doing that. Jalen Brunson coming up the court and shit, looking around. Nigga, we on your ass, boy. We on your ass, boy. Ain't none of that. You scanning the floor. No, we press. We up on you. Yeah, I'm up on you like prom night. You feel what I'm saying? Body to body. You feel what I'm saying? So, listen, my game plan, I like how aggressive Karl-Anthony Towns was. I like it. Go through him. Make the double team come down low. All right? I know he had a good shooting. He hit some big threes. He did. He hit some big threes. But Karl-Anthony Towns has to be the guy that this offense runs through, if you asking me. Miles Turner can't guard that. He can't guard that. That's why he had 30 plus. You know what I'm saying? He can't. And listen, for Miles Turner, Miles Turner don't want to drive. He don't want to drive the basketball. That's not what he does. I don't know why Karl-Anthony Towns is playing 3 feet off of him, giving him all that space. He got to ingratiate himself even more. And if they watch film and Coach Tom Thibodeau don't say that, he's crazy. It needs to run through him for this series. It has to run through him. because Jalen Brunson, all that, yeah, he can score, but Jalen Brunson can also move without the ball. He can also do that. He does it. He's done it. So let's not.
Does he? I
Yes.
don't think he's an off-ball player at all.
Bro, listen, all you need is some. I'm saying that because they playing very close up on this man. He's going to have to come off the screens and then get the ball. And then while you got that ball coming off the screens and you keep doing what you're doing, your man's going to be trailing you. You know what I'm saying? Unless they switching everything or get off on the big man. You know, all I'm saying is Carl Anthony Towns, this has to be a series. It runs through him because I believe he has the mismatch. Jalen Brunson, he got to go through too much. You know what I mean? You got Nimhard, you got Aaron Neesmith, you got Benedict Mathurin. You know what I'm saying? Their only big man threat is Miles Turner. So I'm saying that's where it should start, not with Jalen Brunson in this series. This is my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we at with that, man. But yeah, this is gonna be a good series. That's gonna be well. I'm tell you what. Let me not say that. If they go out there doing that shit, it's gonna be a quick series. I tell you that much, nigga. So moving on to OKC, your Canadian brethren, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, has won, well deserved as well, in his first NBA MVP. NBA League MVP, man. What are your thoughts on his season? You know they won 68 games this year. What's your thoughts on his first MVP season, man?
I think it's well deserved. Well deserved. I feel like when we was talking about it, I know people trying to say Jokic and all this stuff, all this whatever, but dude almost won 70 games.
Yes, sir.
At 30 plus points per game. You know what I'm saying? Leading a young team, like I told you from before, leading one of the youngest teams in the league. And I feel like his next players that he had checked out for a long time. Jalen Williams is an all-star. I don't find Jalen Williams some guy where Mel was talking about like he's some fucking superstar. He is not.
No.
He is not.
He's ascending. But he ain't there. He ain't there.
He ain't there. He definitely ain't there yet.
No. He like that's little bro. But bro, he getting it together though. He getting it together, but he ain't with big bro yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he ain't there yet. I feel that he's definitely has Mel and them were talking about is does SGA make this team better? And this is where sometimes I just don't like this thing. Like they think that players that only get like 10, 12, 13 assists is players that make them better, or it's just it's like how come Michael Jordan, let's say, is a player that he was not like a big high assist guy, but people always say he made his teammates better because of the way he was, the way he challenged them. You can tell that OKC team is behind SGA.
Yeah.
The way that SGA is, the way that his aura is and all that, like you can see that's like OKC. Expect during their team talks at the end of games, everyone's behind him. He is building that culture.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? He's the one that's been there when the team was like this to now the team is like this.
Yeah.
They've seen a guy that went from being a player that was like a talented player to now has worked to be one of the best players in the league. Mm-hmm. That rubs off on people. He is a player that has made this team better, bro. He's the one constant.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear this madness that he's not a player that doesn't make his team better. He does make his team better. 100% he makes his teammates better. You know what I mean? You was saying something? You about to say something? I was just going. I
didn't want to cut you off, so I was just going to write it down. Keep going.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? And so I think what's the most impressive for me is that he's led this team, which is so young, to damn near 68 wins. You know what I'm saying? And
no, 68, no, damn near 68.
Yeah, 68 wins. You know what I mean? And he's done it, and he's efficient at it. He's efficient 30-something points per game score. You know what I mean? And I don't want to hear this madness about, oh, he's a what is it called again? Free throw merchant. Because now I'm being dead ass, because players that get it over players that score 30 plus points, besides Steph Curry, who obviously doesn't shoot a lot of free throws, there's a lot of players that score over 30 points that averaged more free throw attempts per game than this dude. And what's his name? And this is where I don't like. Is Jalen Brunson? Do you see Jalen Brunson? He do the same. He do this. He do the same thing.
Yeah. Listen, listen. I have criticized Shea about that shit. I don't like it. I don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't him. I don't like the fact that they call that because all that shit's not fouls. It's not. It's you throwing your body another way. I don't like that they call it for Jalen Brunson. I don't like that they call that shit for nobody, bro. Because for nobody. I'm nigga. Joel Embiid has done it, and I'm sitting there like watching my team. That's not a fucking foul. I mean, I'm cool. I'm glad for the free throws. Cool. You called it. Cool. It's not a fucking foul, bro. You know what I mean? I'm driving it. What did I do? I'm sliding my feet. What did I do to make you go all the way out of bounds? I didn't do nothing. You ran into me and just threw your body the opposite way. I hate that they call that in the NBA for anybody, all players. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is what it is. I hate that shit. But that ain't the reason. He's a bucket getter regardless. You know what I'm saying? He's a bucket getter regardless. So,
yeah. So it's like, so that's what makes this thing such a, it's. Listen, he has a chance to win the MVP.
Yep.
And win the league. I mean, win the league title in the same season, which it's not that it doesn't happen often. You know what I mean? Especially recently. So it's like, I think it's for a guard that is also like for a guard, I think. So this is impressive, man. Super, super, super high efficiency that makes it even crazier. One of the league leads in steals. He's up there as well. Like he gets after it on the defensive side of the ball, which is also great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's big time, man. And he putting Canada on the map. You know what I mean? Second player to win MVP next to Steve Nash. You know what I'm saying? And Kentucky as well. You know what I mean? There's another Kentucky dude, getting MVP. So it's definitely impressive, and it's well deserved. If people want to say Jokic should have won it, okay, cool. But I'm in the thing where he's won. That's too many games won, bro. He's like 20 games plus past fucking Jokic's team, bro.
Bro, I said they towards the end of the season, Jokic didn't win on a 4-game skid. And I remember I said, yeah, OKC, that night they got blew out by the Lakers. All right, that's 1 game. These niggas went on a 4-game losing streak. You know what I'm saying? There's no way he should have got it. You know what I mean? We talked about free throws. I don't know if he was done. Talked about free throws. Shea is 8.8 free throws a game this year. That's basically 9. And Giannis is 10.6. You know what I mean? So Giannis is 1 and Shea is 2. And after that, it's Trade and James Harden, and Brunson and shit. Look, damn, Brunson only 6-7 free throw attempts a game. It seemed like it's more than that for that motherfucker. I'm telling you.
7 free throws. No, but that's. I mean, if we talking about like guys that have 30 in niggas that have scored 30 plus points per game in the history of the game.
Yeah.
Those dudes go to the foul line, bro. They go to the foul line. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not a thing where, and nobody was telling the only people that they were saying that to was probably Joel Embiid and James Harden. You know what I mean? Like why no one says that about Michael Jordan? Why does no one say that about Michael Jordan?
What about free throws and
going
shit?
To the free throw line, yeah.
Oh, they always you couldn't look at MJ whistle. That motherfucking they had an extra whistle in their pocket. They was gonna blow the whistle. They was gonna blow the first one they had. It was gonna get fucked up. They had an extra whistle in their pocket. They was blowing the whistle so fucking much, man.
They're gonna probably say, "Oh, it was different back then," and did.
No different. You supposed to tell me, bro. Them ticky tack. That's why I say people gotta go back and watch. I've been on my old school basketball watching shit. You know what I mean? And I see all these ticky tack fouls. When you watch today, you beat the man to the spot and they act like they got hit and shit, calling a foul. They was doing that shit in the 80s. They was doing it in the 90s. They was doing it. All the Michael Jordan was getting ticky tack fouls. I'm watching the fucking 96 NBA finals now, nigga. With the Sonics. Yeah. Yeah. It's like that. So, Go ahead though. Would you finish?
No, you can go. You can go. You can go.
I mean, I think we already knew, or at least between us, you know, I think we already knew Shea was gonna win this thing. You know what I mean? Very impressive. Like you said, they was playing without a center for a long time. For a long time. And the player, listen, we all know that OKC, their team is good. They got ballers on that team, but they're better with Shea. You know what I'm saying? If Shea wasn't on that team, they so young, man. I know they good, but I mean, would they make the playoffs? You know what I'm saying?
People think that they're so great, but if you're telling me you see Jalen Williams this season, this postseason as well, it's like he's like this, bro.
It's up and down. It's a roller coaster. It's up and down. You know what I'm saying?
SGA's like this.
Yeah. When it comes to Jalen Williams and he do something good, it's like, okay, he's growing. Remember last year he's growing. You know what I'm saying? So he's still in the growing stage, and that's fine. That's okay. You know what I mean? But man, that's they much better with Shea, but no, it's well deserved, bro. You know what I mean? Jokic should not have won it. This is not, you know what I mean? This is not, I don't want people to say, oh, this voters fatigue. No, it's not. It's not voter fatigue. They didn't get tired of voting for Jokic. He didn't win it. He didn't deserve to win it. You know what I'm saying? Like 68 wins, 33 points a game, 32.7, whatever. That's 33 points, my nigga. You know what I mean? Consistent all year long. You know, consistent all year long. You see the bottom of the screen, 6.4 assists, 5 assists. I mean, I got 6.5 assists and 5 assists. 6.4 assists and 5 rebounds, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, you know what I mean? It's like, it's great shit. You know what I mean? For him to be doing that all year long. With a young squad, they hop on his back, they follow him, they lead. You see the interviews after the game. You know what I mean? They all behind Shea, bro. They behind Shea. You guys check. You know who this is? It's the MVP. You know what I mean? So they know what it is. We all know what it is. It's very well deserved. He balled out all year long. 68 wins out of 82. You know what I'm saying? That's damn good when you're talking about basketball. You know what I mean? Even if this was a test, you know what I mean? Well, 68 out of 82 in a test, a little different, but we're talking about sports. You got to go out here and win games and make your shot go in. Making your shot go in is not studying for a test. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You can study for this test all day long. You know what I mean? Basketball, yeah, you can shoot jumpers and shit. But listen, when you in practice, but now you got motherfuckers running in your face. You got two people double teaming. You got to make moves with this shit. You know what I mean? So the tension and the difficulty is higher. You know what I'm saying? So he deserved every vote that he got. It was not, nobody was robbed. He wasn't voters fatigue. It was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander just being great all year long. How many games did he play this year? All of them?
No, damn near.
Damn near all of them. You know what I mean?
Continue. I got it. I got it. Continue.
Yeah. So, yeah, bro. He was just great all year long. Like I don't think. Have you seen? I know you be watching all this. Did anybody dispute it?
I haven't really watched any of the stuff. Like after we get off, I'm about to do that. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow I'll get some more information on that.
Yeah, it shouldn't be disputed at all. It shouldn't be disputed. He's a clear cut winner. Period. He deserved that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I met with him.
He played 76 games.
All right, cool. That's really good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he deserved to win that shit for damn sure. Speaking of OKC, we talking about Shea. You know what I mean? We know they beat Minnesota ass game 1. Beat that ass. Minnesota started off good, but you know, the wear and tear of the defense from OKC, you know, the physicality, the shot making, the getting up and down the court, you know what I mean? It just took its toll on Minnesota. But it's game 2 tonight in OKC. Can Minnesota bounce back tonight and even the series in OKC? What you think?
What do you think?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. I don't. They ain't about to slow down. You know what I'm saying? Only way I feel like I seen Ant-Man in the post game after game 1, and he said, you know, obviously, you know, I gotta move it out the ball more. You know, I got the ball. They bring in a double team. Boy, that ain't gonna be enough. They don't got enough. Julius Randle shot the ball well. Starting out, he shot the ball well. He was hitting 3 after. I'm like, damn.
Hey, listen. Hey, let me tell you something. A lot of people right now, Julius Randle has played fucking well in the playoffs. Bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people were saying that, you know, remember, I think Mel and them talking about that trade and everything. They gotta eat their words and say the trade worked out for Minnesota as well.
Yeah.
The trade worked out for Minnesota.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but whatever they said though, if they said he didn't show up, I mean, this is his first time playing well in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So if they had if they had something negative to say about it, it was warranted. Yeah, because he wasn't playing like this. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't think it's not you wasn't playing well, bro. You just wasn't. Now he is. You know what I mean? So
you gotta give him his thing now, though. They have to give him his thing now and be like, yeah, he's definitely
for sure. But what's going on now? So now you're looking at Cat and Julius Randle. You know what I mean? They both down 0-1. They both down 0-1. You know what I mean? So obviously, you know, OKC is a superior team. You know what I'm saying? But they're not. But the Knicks ain't going against the OKC. You're going against the Pacers, and I don't think nobody's going to pick the Pacers over OKC. You know what I mean? Or say that they're a better team than OKC. You're down 0-1. You was a part of that, Karl Anthony Towns, with your drop coverage ass. Why you ain't talking? Switch. Like, yeah, all that play a part too, nigga. So they both down 0-1. They both in the conference finals, and they both down 0-1. So I guess, you know, if one wins and one doesn't, they'll say we won the trade. If they both don't do nothing and get sent home, they can say, well, hey, we still won the trade. We was in the conference finals, and they were too. Neither one of us won. We run it back again next year. You know what I'm saying? But absolutely not. They're not going to win tonight in OKC, Minnesota. They're not. I don't give unless you're telling me they're just going to be off in for OKC. It's going to be loud again because they got a chance, you know, to go up 2-0 back to Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? And they just got in the news that Shea's the MVP. They just got the news. Please, nigga. They about to that building is about to the roof. They might as well if they had a retractable roof, just take it off. Just take it off. Because it's gonna come off anyway. All the screws that motherfucker gonna come out. It's gonna be so loud. You know what I'm saying? So no, they're not winning in OKC tonight. And OKC will get a game, if not two, in Minnesota. Mark my words, nigga. Mark my words. Minnesota's not gonna win 2 straight games in Minnesota. I highly doubt that. OKC too good. They defense travels everywhere. And the thing is, this I'm watching, and they got a communication problem too, bro, in Minnesota. If I'm backing you down, ain't nobody yelling out the backside help coming? So you ain't telling Drew Randall that Hardenstein is on the way. You ain't telling Ant-Man that Chet's on the way. You ain't talking? Nobody. So you just sitting there. So my nigga about to get robbed. I'm wanting Jordan over here. You about to get robbed, nigga. I ain't gonna say nothing. Yo. You gotta say something, bro. Because all of these steals from behind, when you posting up, they poking it. It's a man, right? Why you ain't talking? Why you ain't saying help coming, get rid of the ball? You know what I'm saying? They got a communication problem in Minnesota too, boy. I'm telling you right now, it's more than just I just gotta move it out the ball more. Like what Ant said, that ain't it. You don't have enough. Sorry. You're not gonna beat OKC. It's a wrap. Unless you're telling me it's not enough. It's not enough. You know what I'm saying? What K-Dot say? It's not enough. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what Jadakiss say in the battle? What he say? It's not enough. That's what he said in the versus battle. What Dip said to them. It's not enough. So shit, they don't have enough. They might get clapped again tonight. Clap like butt cheeks, nigga. I'm telling you right now. Telling you, bro, it's a wrap.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, they gonna get clapped like cheeks at midnight, nigga. I'm telling you, nigga. I'm telling you, boy.
You gotta clarify what cheeks, though, man.
Huh?
Yeah, you gotta clarify what cheeks, man.
Bye, man. Anyway, hey, bro. They gonna get clapped like butt cheeks. Just know that. I don't give a fuck whoever's it is. You know what I mean? Whoever's it is, they gonna get clapped, nigga. I'm telling you, they might get clapped tonight for real. You think they can win? You think they can bounce back?
You know, the only thing why I think maybe they could bounce back because OKC is a young team. You know what I mean? And you just always want to probably think, you know, the one thing about them is their inexperience. You know, you only have like a one guy, a Crusoe, you know, who's a champion. But you know, he's low-key one of the role players on the team. So the players with significant, you know, he has an impact on the team now. I don't want to say he don't. He definitely has an impact on that team.
You see him making it tough. You see him making it tough on Jokic.
Yeah, 100%. So it's like, but you know, you got Shea, who's still only like 26.
Yep.
And it's not like Shea's having the greatest of postseason. You know, he's not shooting the ball that well. You know what I mean?
Mm,
But he still consistently will give you 29, 20, 30, 31, 32 points.
yeah.
But efficiently, it's not like as efficient. You know, Jalen Williams ain't having a great postseason.
Mm-mm.
Let's be honest. So it's the guys like Caruso, it's the guys that Hartenstein, it's the Chet Holmgrens, and it's just they're young, man. You have Carson Wallace out there. You got, the next Williams, you have a whole bunch of these young boys, you know what I'm saying? You got Isaiah Joe, where you just kind of think maybe that can get him. You know what I mean? You have the guys on the next side. You have, Randall, who's, even though he has been bad in the playoffs. He's a guy that's been in the playoffs for years and years and years. You have, a guy like Mike Conley, who's a decade plus of experience. You know what I mean?
18
Then,
years.
yeah, Rudy Gobert out there, same thing. You know what I mean? And all it is just Ant. But Ant, obviously has been, to the Western Conference Finals, who's further than SJ and those boys. You know what I mean? So he has a bit of experience in that sense. And obviously the same core with Nikhil Alexander, they got some experience in that sense. So if you're talking about could they even a series? Yeah, I do think that it can go be a tough series though. I don't think it just could be that. It's just because of the inexperience. Because remember when we were speaking about if it goes 7 with Denver. Do you remember when we said that?
Yep.
If it goes 7 with Denver, it was gonna be. I was like, I don't know, because they have the experience. It didn't matter there, did it?
Yo. But they got experience with a championship team. Jokic, Murray, Gordon. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Though that ain't
And it didn't matter. And it didn't matter.
So yeah, I mean,
so that's why it's just, that's the only kind of thing where I think, maybe, you know what I'm saying. But the way that they playing, brother, Lord have mercy. OKC, man, they get after it defensively, man. They got so many bodies they can throw at Ant. They got so many bodies, bro. They got bodies upon bodies upon bodies, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And Chet Holmgren and Hartenstein, they make it tough in the paint now. Like they attempt to block shots, bro.
Yep.
Chet growing with his long, skinny ass, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't want to say he had long, skinny ass. But he like to go up there. And he get up there, man, and make it difficult for them niggas, man. So I think OKC probably win this series, man, in 5 or something like that. But I do think that it can. I do think the only reason why it gives me sometimes, cause for concern is because of the inexperience and just them being so young. Let me just say that, them being so young. I wonder what's gonna happen, but they have to get over the hump someday. So hopefully it's this year.
Well, I'll tell you what, the inexperienced thing they got experience last year getting slapped in the second round. They don't want to feel that no more. That was their experience right there. And I know they're young, but they don't play like young ass niggas. You feel what I'm saying? They play like vets out here. OKC, all the guys that you named, like Isaiah Joe and Carson Wallace and all those guys, OKC reminds me of the little league football team I used to coach. Hear me out. We tell those guys, if you want to get some money out here, it's gonna start on defense. It's gonna start on defense. If you ain't playing defense and making plays, you know what I mean? When you come to this team, don't think you about to, whatever team you was at, we don't give a fuck about that. That team you was with, y'all were just running left and running right. You come here, you don't even know the holes. You don't know 2, 4, 6. You don't know 1, 3, 5. You don't even know. You don't know where to go. You don't know how to do a 3-point stance. You don't know how to do nothing. You got to learn here. But unless you want to get some money, it's gonna start on defense. Go out there and show me you willing to go out there and make a tackle. To go out there showing you willing to go out there and hustle on defense and make plays. And if you want the ball, then in practice, we'll ingratiate you in there and you show us what you can do. That's the OKC Thunder. When you talk about Carson, he playing D. Isaiah, he playing D. They always had a transition. Caruso, and he ain't no youngster, you know what I mean? But still, he playing defense first. I think they are a team that's gonna hit you in the mouth first defensively and then let their offense take it away from there. You know what I'm saying? And then when Shea get going along with defense, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? So they don't play like little kids, man. It's over in 5. Okay, it's over in 5. So this is my opinion. It's over in 5. So I don't see him slowing down at all whatsoever. Now, obviously, we know they got the Eastern Conference Finals MVP and the Western Conference Finals MVP. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty much it might be clear cut about the Western Conference Finals MVP. You know what I mean? Obviously, even though Shea is not having an MVP postseason, you know what I mean? But he's still playing the best for OKC. And they're the ones, you're not going to give it to nobody in the last round. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to give it to Chet. You know what I mean? You're not going to do that. It's going to be OKC. I mean, it's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. So I think we probably.
It's easy. Yeah.
But the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Who do you think could get that?
It could be three. Could be three players. I would say Cat. You could say Cat, Jalen Brunson, and Tyrese Halliburton. I think
Who?
those are the guys.
Yeah. Who? Now, okay. So when it came down to those three, well, I get obviously you gotta wait to see what it's over. Yeah, and I'm with you. I listen. I think, and is this okay? I think it would be Cat because I just think he's gonna have to do. I think he's gonna have to continue to play like he played the first game, but a little more. Jalen Brunson, bro, they got dogs on defense in Indy, bro. Like they got Neesmith, Nimhart, and they bringing Shepard off the bench too. They bringing him off the bench too. You know what I'm saying, for defense. And it ain't like Jalen Brunson is 6'5" out here. That man 6'1", 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he physical. They are too. And they present a more tougher challenge offensively and defensively for Jalen Brunson. The man had 5 fouls. He was in foul trouble all night long.
Mm-hmm.
He had a long rest. And I think Karl Anthony Towns is going to have to be the guy that bring him home and run it through him. And I think that's just that. I mean, maybe I could be wrong. That's cool. Hey, that's cool. Unless you tell me Jalen Brunson is about to go off. And if he go off and just go off, you know what I mean? Oh, shit. All right, cool.
Yeah, but Cat has too many times where I just think it'd go to Jalen Brunson before him. The only reason, I mean, if it were to stay like this, then obviously I think it's going to go to Towns because, you know, he has a double-double. You know, if he's around 30-something and 12, 13, 14,
right,
then he most likely will probably get it over Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jalen Brunson has the ball at the end of games a lot more, and you know, Cat sometimes be going in those moments where he's just taking a bunch of fucking shots from the outside, and you know he's gonna have those lulls. Like Jalen Brunson, he like gets put into those situations more to maybe be more successful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because they give him the ball at the end of games, and they just ride with him. You know what I mean? So I think he's gonna have more of an opportunity to maybe get it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
rather than a Cat. You know what I mean? So.
Well, last night he shouldn't. I mean, last night he getting ripped and losing the ball and shit. You know what I'm saying? You better
7 turnovers, bro.
Yeah, you better clean that shit up. Clean that shit up. If not, you're going the fuck home. And even if they do win, nigga, and he doing that shit, and Cat is still balling, Cat gonna get that motherfucker. At least he should. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, that's where I'm at with that, man. You know what I mean? Ain't really much. Go ahead. You have something to say?
No, I mean, if this is the last topic, I just got something to say about two things that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So this is off the dome because I don't know if you've seen it, but something about they're gonna have flag football in the Olympics or something like that. Or so if the 10-man roster, who would be your 10-man roster if you had to pick?
So is it 7-on-7?
I'm not sure. So it's flag football. So I don't know what the
right. I just so if it's a 10-man roster, it's probably 7-on-7. Probably, you know what I mean.
Both sides. Or is it 5? Or is it just?
See, that's what 5? I'm saying. I don't know all of. Normally, when you do 7-on-7. Are they gonna have it? I gotta look at all the rules first. But if I was to pick a squad, you know what I mean? Man, I don't want my quarterback out there. You get ready for the season. You're on a quest for another bowl. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna pick.
I know that, but I mean, like a flag football match. I think I think most people would probably pick niggas that can, fucking run around and fucking do whatever. You know what I mean? Like I already know that's it because it's flag football. It's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look. You're gonna have to have guys that's shifty. You know what I'm saying? I don't me personally, I don't really think it matter. I'm not gonna say it don't matter, but the quarterback situation, I think that would be you could pick any of the top quarterbacks to do that. You know what I mean? Because you're not gonna be going against other NFL players. You're gonna be the NFL players are gonna be with us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who your DB is gonna be over there. They're getting fucking cooked, my nigga. They're getting cooked. So you're gonna go out here and get, top wide receivers, if they're willing to play, Justin Jefferson, what I'm saying, Jamar Chase, and just to name a couple, guys that's like that, I don't even think the quarterback situation fucking matters, bro. I don't even think it matters.
I don't think I'm not gonna be picking someone like a Joe Burrow, someone like that though. I would probably pick people that can move and do, and probably play both sides as well. Like I'm thinking like someone like if you're gonna put a Patty or you put a Lamar or you put someone like what's his name? Like Richardson or even someone like Josh Allen. I don't know, people that like, that can just move and maybe probably also can play on the other side of the ball as well.
Well, look, I think in 7-on-7, the quarterback, it ain't like he can take off running. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like that. You know what I mean? He's not running up the field. It's not like that. You know what I mean? He just got to make throw. I think if they, I don't even think
they pressure him. If they do pressure him, he's allowed to go, right?
I don't think he's able to take off downfield.
Yeah. Unless they send someone to him. Like if they send someone to the quarterback. But regardless, you could pick whoever you want to pick.
But even still, I think it's a time thing to get that ball out of there. I think, you know what I mean? Like I gotta look at all the rules, but the 7-on-7 that I've been involved in, you know what I mean, before, whether it was coaching or whatever, like I think it's a time limit thing on that ball getting out of your hand too. You can't be back there just observing. It ain't like that. You know what I mean? So you got to get rid of that ball. You know what I mean? So like I said, if it was Joe Burrow, they gonna slip all that shit. These niggas is maneuvering through D lines and shit. You know what I mean? Like whether it's Pat Mahomes, whether it's Joe, whether it's Lamar, whether it's Josh, whether it is Jalen, whether it's Brock Purdy. It could be Brock Purdy could go out there and light them niggas up with the amount of talent that's gonna be out there. So like rules first. And speaking, and so before I dive deep into that, another thing I seen was that they're gonna allow section for PEDs. And hold on, because I sent it to Twan too. I sent it to Twan on Instagram in his DM. Let me see real quick. Let's see. At least I thought. Oh no, I sent it to and no, I sent it in the chat. Navi was like, shit, why not? He want to see, you know what I mean? Damn. Okay, yeah. Olympic style event in 2026 to feature PED use. You know what I'm saying? So a new company hoping to infuse unprecedented levels of science, money, and performance enhancement drugs into Olympic style sports says it will hold its first formal competition May 26th in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? So what the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? Navi said, hey, he wouldn't mind seeing it. You know what I mean? Seeing what the human body, could do and all that. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, it is what it is, man. Let them do what the fuck they want to do, but I don't. That's crazy. So, and the thing is, I don't know how PEDs work. I don't know if it can fuck you up as far as like if you going too hard, you could take too much. I don't know. But you telling people, yeah, you can take PEDs. You got guys that's out there that's not known. Don't overdo it. I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know if you can overdose on that shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But man, I want to see athletes just go out there and use your show your hard work, because understand this: if you on PEDs and you out there looking great, I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to praise you for being faster, stronger, or whatever. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Just depends if it's just like track, like if everyone's doing it and you're doing it also, I think then it's like kind of it wouldn't matter to me as much, like I'm
with you. I hear you. If everybody could do it, I get you. But I'm just saying, how could you're cheating? Y'all cheating. Y'all are cheating. So am I going to praise you and jump up and down because you went out there and did some crazy shit? Nah. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. What are we doing in the world, bro? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Anything else on your mind, my boy?
I mean, I know you've been talking about you haven't really been watching the W. You know what I mean? The W has come out. And boy, man, I've been watching kind of W, man, watching Paige, watching Asia, watching, Las Vegas, watching Dallas, watching Indiana, of course, with your girl, CC double C, Aaliyah Boston, and them people there. And it's exciting, man. It's exciting, man. And watching, the first crazy thing that happened with the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, which was a bunch of madness.
She overdid that, bro. She overdid it. Angel Reese overdid it. Yeah, yes. That was a normal foul to not let you get a shot up, and you threw your fucking arm up. And you know what I mean? And my liking towards Angel Reese is I like how she play, you know what I mean, as far as like her hustle. You feel what I'm saying? But all of that, she had to do all that. She had to do all that. And on top of that, it was also because, when coming out of college and shit, you know how that shit happened with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, the white black shit. Everybody was trying to shit on Angel Reese. I'm a black man. I don't like seeing black people get shit on. We got shitted on for years. Slavery. Okay. You know what I mean? We got shitted on for years. You know what I mean? So, but that doesn't mean I don't like Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? And that don't mean I can't come out here and say that Angel Reese, you overdid that shit. You flopped. You flopped, baby. She didn't. If Caitlin Clark, a little less, could make your big ass do all of that. Come on, dog. Come on, bro. And then what? I think it was more so you was mad you was getting blown the fuck out. That's what I think. And maybe you was frustrated or whatever. You know what I mean? But Caitlin Clark is not about to go out here and maliciously hurt anybody. Anybody. I don't think she's a competitor. She played the game the right way. Angel Reese didn't have to do that. She didn't have to do it. That shit was so overblown. That was so overblown, bro. My opinion. And I've been watching a little bit. I just been able to watch a whole lot. Remember, I told you the local. They want you to have some certain type of streaming service or some shit. It's extra money and shit. So to watch the Fever game, it's like they got to be on ESPN or TNT. I'm not paying for a whole nother streaming service. You know what I mean? But you talked about that. We're gonna get that in order. We're gonna get that in order. You know what I mean? With that shit. So, but yeah, bro. I mean, that shit was whack. I don't like that shit. I don't like it at all. One bit. That's whack. Very whack. Yeah, and then it got out of hand with a lot of the people that have a microphone like we do or whatever, and then RG3 was saying something, they're basically talking, they have their opinions, they whatever, they analyze and they do what they do. And then Ryan Clark came and replied with some craziness. I seen that. But see, but you see how something so small could turn into something so large. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, that play was not that deep. If you watch that play and you think Caitlin Clark made Angel Reese do all of that, so watch this. This is some Draymond shit, right? And let me explain. Caitlin Clark's not Draymond, but let me explain. Caitlin Clark came down like this across the body. How the fuck did that make your arm go all the way over here like this? How'd that happen? And you fell on the ground. That's the equivalent to Draymond saying he just turned around and swung and hit, like when he hit Nurkic. You know what I'm saying? It's like that type of shit. She didn't make you do all that. She didn't make you do all that, man. You know what I mean? Like, and now you got conversations. I seen the little back and forth with Ryan Clark and RG3. He got to talk about the man being married to a white woman and you don't sit at your table doing this and da-da-da-da-da. Like, damn, bro, that situation right there just went all the way. I don't know, man. But in America, bro, and I'm pretty sure it's probably everywhere. I know you said you went through it too. But in America, this is where the shit started, nigga. It's always gonna be black and white over here, bro. And that's just what it is, bro. This is what it is. Like when Caitlin Clark was doing this, it's competitive. Angel Reese did it. She's ghetto. She's a thug, missus. She's messing up the game. You know what I'm saying? When Tom Brady yelling at his coaches' faces on the sideline, nose to nose with Josh McDaniels and shit, he just wants to win. He just wants to win. When T.O. on the sideline, it's a detriment to the team. It's black and white over here, bro. And it's always gonna be that. So it is what it is, man. We got.
I wasn't a big fan of what Ryan Clark said, but it's just because what's his name took a take, like he had a take, and his take was he thought that Angel Reese hated her in whatever ways, and he came with his reasons or whatever the case may be, which Angel Reese has came out and said though that she doesn't hate her. She said they said they're cool. You know what I'm saying? Even for me,
even if she did, even if she really hates her, she's not gonna come out here and say that.
Say that 100%. And RG3 he has the right to say because of the things that she has done. That can be like, yeah, well, this is what she did, and this is why I think so. And then what's his name kind of took it to a point where it's like, he's making it seem like he knows what RG3 does in his personal life. You know what I'm saying? As if he doesn't have any black people in his family and all that. So, that's kind of crazy, to be honest with you. But I like I think it's just putting more eyeballs on the WNBA. But I think that we can more keep it to basketball, so it's more basketball things for them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it being
But it's not, bro, because it's black and white. It's not. I wish it was that simple, but it ain't that simple, bro. It's just not, bro. But
it also depends on, you see people like, if we talk about it, but we talk about the basketball part of it.
Yeah.
Like RJ3 can talk about the basketball part of it. Ryan Clark, like Stephen A. Smith, these guys just talk about the basketball part of it.
But here's the thing. They're all about ratings and social media, you know what I'm saying, who blows it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? Like if we had listen, they're all about ratings, bro. And that's gonna bring ratings and shit too. If we was super famous like that, our show wouldn't be like that. We're gonna talk the basketball part about the shit. We're not about to be doing the all of that goofy shit, man. Because it ain't even if they could do it, they could if they really, whatever they talking about, if they really wanted to diffuse all of that, they the ones on ESPN. If they the ones who wanted to diffuse that shit and go in there and talk strictly about basketball and not everything else, then it wouldn't be out. What they say to a lot of people that watch their shows is power. What they say means something in the world to a lot of people because that's the show that they watch. ESPN is the worldwide leader in sports. Been like that for 30 years? More, 40? So, bro, I mean, if they really wanted to make it just about that and leave that other shit out, they could. But they know the people, especially when they seen what happened. Oh, I can't wait to see what they say on First Take about this tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I can't wait to see what they say about what's that other get up. I can't wait to see.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talk about it. So
no, I'm with you. Yeah, and it comes with it, right? Like as you're getting the game is more getting popular, getting up there.
Yeah.
You're gonna have this part, you're gonna have that part. So you gotta take both sides of it. You know what I mean? So
this country is built on drama, bro.
Yeah.
This country, or I can say this world, is built on drama. You know what I mean? They want to see. They want to. Yeah, it's the world is backwards.
Yeah,
it's backwards. So it is what it is, man.
Yep.
So yeah, man. For the viewers right now, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Thank y'all for sticking around. Whoever came in, left, came back in. Check this out. You know what I mean? We're gonna go ahead and get up off here, man. You know what I'm saying? We got OKC in Minnesota tonight. OKC will be going up 2-0. You know what I mean? I think it's probably gonna be another blowout if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? OKC in 5. I said it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And yeah, man, Jordan, you already know what it is, my boy. We're gonna get up out of here, man. That's our show for the day, and we gone.